while now. It's the theft of catalytic converters. It's something that's been on the increase for at least the last 2 years, and before that it was pretty uncommon. So if you look back historically at 2019, we only had 221 occurrences of converter thefts. In 2020, that number rose drastically to 871, which is a 294% increase. Currently today, we're at 438 converter thefts, which is another 172% increase. So what we're really talking about is CMPD addressing a crime issue, which is at the core of what we do with our Core 4 crime management. So we identified this as something that was troubling, that's impacting the community, and something that we needed to try and get a handle on. Right now, there are a couple models that are being hit more frequently than others, and those are Toyota Priuses, which are 146 thefts this year have been that type of vehicle, Ford Econoline vans, which is 36, and then another 26 Chevy Express trucks. So that means that those are the vehicles that thieves are targeting. What we realized was that although we thought we were the only ones that were dealing with this increase, this is not only an increase in Charlotte, it's a regional increase and also an international increase as well. I read a story about 2 weeks ago about some folks in the UK where officers were complaining about seeing the same things in their area. So in order to address this in Charlotte, what we did was we identified a group of officers that could be responsive to converter thefts. We've identified some partners with DMV, also some partners in some outside agencies, York County, Gaston County, Cabarrus County, and a North Carolina Insurance Investigators Group, so that we could come together and apply the appropriate resources to addressing this crime. And although it seems insignificant because it's a property crime, we have seen some incidences where individuals who commit this type of crime have done some things that have turned violent. If you remember a few months ago, in the Eastway Division, officers responded to a call for service where they identified some individuals that were stealing a catalytic converter, and those individuals, when they were fleeing from the scene, shot at the actual officers. Homicide investigated that case, and we were able to put somebody in custody for that. However, that just tells you that although it's a property crime, those individuals can also perform violent acts. One of the things that we realized was that this crime is being fed by some individuals who have drug habits, and they're using the proceeds from converter thefts to fund their drug habits. We've identified locations where they're fencing locations. So in other words, you'll go out, you'll steal a converter, and an individual will purchase those converters for you. So individuals are stealing multiple converters a night, selling them to a secondary party who is then funding that. So that's just the backstory of how we got to where we are right now. The things that we really want the public to know is that there's some things that you can do to help yourself. And one of those things is park in a well-lit area. I know it seems really, really simple, but it's very easy to steal a converter. It's very easy to get one off. And if you don't park in a well-lit area, the potential for somebody to target your vehicle is high. So if you don't live, so if you live in an apartment complex, you really need to try and park somewhere that's lit. If you have an opportunity to have a garage, utilize your garage. If you're out in a shopping area, park in an area that's lit as well. Those are the simple things that you can do to help yourself. There are also some aftermarket things out there where there's some anti-theft devices that you can use. You can Google those because we can't tell you which one to specifically use, but there are some things out there that are coming online now that may be able to assist you. But the basics are simple. If you see something that doesn't look right, say something, call 911, let us get out there and address that. Officers, as recently as yesterday, were able to respond to a converter theft and apprehend the subject that was trying to cut one off. So we are able to get out and stop those thefts, but if we don't get calls on it, it's going to be hard for us to catch the individuals because it is so quick and readily available. I know I kind of jumbled a lot of information up there, but does anybody have any questions about this so I can kind of give you some more information?
Do you know why those particular cars are being targeted?
Yes, I do. So one of the reasons, and I apologize, I seem to be sweating up a storm. One of the reasons is because the price of precious metals has gone up, and I believe some of those vehicles either A, the converters are easily to access in those types of vehicles, or B, the type of metal is more readily available in those vehicles, and that's why they're targeted.
And what does stealing the converter do to the?
It really messes with the emission system, and in some cases may make the car inoperable. So it becomes a huge issue. It's affecting large businesses, it's affecting car dealerships as well, and quite frankly, it's a nuisance. We're living in a day and time where people are struggling with job loss due to COVID and things of that nature, and to also lose the use of your vehicle, that's a horrendous thing to add on top of that.
Anybody else in the major? And just to stand by, guys, with the major set, thank you, Mr. The major set will send us communications out via email to your desks, and there should be some video attached to it associated with a recent case that shows you just how quickly that these thieves are carrying out this activity.